You have like a weird thing on your lip. Did you get it?
Oh, it's from the cheese I was just eating.
What was it?
It's from the cheese I was just
You
eating.
had a piece of leftover cheese just hanging out.
String cheese. I be eating string cheese. I love string cheese. And a big part of it is obviously the string aspect. You pull it apart.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like to take them on my walk when I'm going outside. Mm-hmm. You never catch me pulling apart a string cheese and eating it like that on the street, you know?
Why?
I can't be walking down the street pulling cheese. I got fucking hands full of cheese and I'm pulling it apart and fucking dangling it into my mouth. No, I'm not doing that. When I eat one on the street, I unsheath it mad stealthily. And I leave the plastic half on, and I kind of tuck it like up into my sleeve like a Assassin's Creed hidden blade, and I'll swing it out and I'll chomp on that thing.
It is like who you are in the apartment is way different than who you are like outside the apartment. All of your habits change. It's like I can be myself in this apartment, you know.
You can't be caught lacking out in the street.
Can't be caught lacking on the streets, you know. You can do some weird shit in the apartment, but out there, no way. What's some other like weird shit we do in the apartment that you couldn't do outside?
You could do whatever you want in the comfort of your own home.
You can do and say whatever you want in the privacy and comfort of your own home.
Big say.
Big on the say. Yeah.
But I'd be chomping on them in the street.
Yeah.
But
You gotta switch over to the palm cheese blocks. Palm cheese blocks are where it's at. You do a little bite, 1, 2, 3, and 7 grams of protein, and they're great.
I kind of like the whole aspect of it, though, of me having to go out on the street and hide my cheese habit, you know?
No, I don't know, actually. It's funny.
It is funny, though. What, like you said, what else is there that we...
Yeah, what else is there that, like, you can't... You do, like, in the comfort of your home, but you don't do in the streets, you know? Like, I'll do it in front of the boys, like, you know.
Yeah.
But I can't think of anything right now.
Making cookies?
Eating cookies every single night for fucking 365 days.
Can't do that if you're homeless.
Can't do that if you're homeless. Can't do a lot if you're homeless. You can chase Mark down the street, though.
But I also feel like a whole world of possibilities open up.
When you're homeless. Yeah.
You could almost do more than you ever could before if you were homeless.
People will let you do anything. If I was dressed like I am now, or like dressed in regular clothes going to work, and I got on the subway and started screaming in from someone's face, the cops would surely be called.
Yeah.
Homeless people scream in everybody's face all the time, and everybody's like, whatever.
There's no rules. There's no rules that they can't break.
Yeah, there's no, yeah.
Even the more major shit, you know, like hurting other people, whatever.
Yeah.
As long as it's contained to within their own demographic, if it's homeless, doing it to other homeless.
Homeless on homeless crime?
Yeah.
Homeless on homeless crime? Fine.
Nobody cares
Homeless on non-homeless crime? We're upset about
Big
it.
problem.
Non-homeless crime on homeless crime? Personally, you know, it depends on the situation, but for the most part,
Community service.
yeah, right? I mean, it depends. If there's like a homeless person who's just like down in the dumps and, you know, no, I don't want anything bad to happen to them. But yeah, if you're out here bothering people, you're screaming in someone's face, I'd like to see you get smacked.
Well, we've talked about this many times.
Yeah.
The homeless is cut into or divided into two different groups, rather.
Yeah.
The redeemable and the irredeemable.
The redeemable and the irredeemable.
Yeah, the redeemable, we're rooting for you.
Yeah,
Get on your feet.
Those people are just down on their luck. Like they're having a bad go of it. Something went wrong, and they don't have housing. They're sure to get housing soon, though. Yeah. They're getting a job. They're trying to work at whatever Taco Bell. The irredeemable.
Lost cause.
Something's going on there, whether it's drugs, severe mental illness, it's lost cause. It's too late, You're sitting there and you're shitting your pants on the subway.
Oh, I shitted and pissed on myself.
What a way to ask for money. What a way to get onto the subway and ask for money. To get on the subway, announce, be like, I need some money, and then hunch over and be like, I shit and piss on myself.
Honestly, not a bad tactic if she would word it differently, because it's essentially extortion. Yo, give me $2 and I'll go to the next car. I'll give you the $2. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm gonna hold everybody hostage. Honestly, more of them should start doing that. I'm gonna hold everybody hostage on this train. If nobody, we're going under the water right now. We're about to go under the tunnel. If nobody gives me $2, I'm gonna take a huge shit right in the middle of this train.
And it's like, it's not illegal, you know.
Not illegal, yeah.
But it's
highly frowned upon.
Yeah, it's encroaching on the homeless to non-homeless crime, which is a crime.
Yeah, homeless to not homeless. Do you think like stinking up the train? I think so. I think that's a crime. I think that should be a crime.
It's assault.
Assault on the noses.
Yeah.
Assault on the senses.
Yeah.
Is that a thing, assault on the senses?
It is now.
It is. I wonder if that's assault on the senses. Yeah. Like someone who's so just disgustingly fat and ugly and you have to look at them. That's an assault on the senses.
I feel like to be an assault on the senses, it's got to assault. How many? You have 5 senses. It's got to assault 4 of your senses.
Assault 4 of your
A
senses?
sense overload where I'm just.
Okay, so you're on the subway.
Yeah.
And let's tick them off. The first one, fucking the most fattest, ugliest piece of shit just walks on.
Oh, my vision.
And you gotta look at them. You gotta go like this. Right? Second sense, they smell. Just awful, god awful. They smell like a hamster cage. You know, they
Might be the worst of the assaults.
the worst of the assaults, right?
Yeah. Hamster cage.
What other senses do we got? We got touch.
Touch.
Right?
They're so fat, they're spilling into you.
Yeah, they rub into. They just merely rub into you,
Yeah.
which is assault on its own from a disgusting
That's true.
person. Yeah. Fourth sense. What? Like,
Hearing.
Hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You all got $1. Fucking. That's an
much.
assault.
And the last sense, taste. If I could taste you,
if you hit the 5th sense, if you hit all 5 sentences, death penalty. If I could taste you,
that's terrorism.
that's terrorism. The 4 senses is bad. If you assault the 4 senses, you should get something for that. If you hit the taste sense, no, death penalty. Yeah, it's over. Yeah, incinerate a car for you. You're going.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
If you hit the taste sense, and we're in the tunnel under the water.
You want to know what though? I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes when I walk onto these cars in the morning, like it's fucking 6:30 in the morning, and you walk onto a car, and you know when like the air is thick, with the smell, of like a homeless person who hasn't showered in fucking 30 days, maybe even like a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's thick and it's putrid. You can
Assault
taste
on the
it.
senses.
You can taste it.
Yeah.
You walk in and it's just like I've never even experienced anything like it anywhere else. It's just the air is so thick and disgusting. I have to get off the car.
Yeah.
When I see people on that train sitting down and just bearing it and just saying like, okay, it's not. I think I'm like, you're also disgusting. If you can bear this, something's going on at home that's also gross.
You're just letting this happen to you,
or
you're not noticing it, and that's leagues worse.
If they're not noticing it, if you're on that car and you don't smell it at all, then okay, I can maybe give you a little bit of a pass. You know, maybe I could be like, all right, you don't even know that you're being assaulted right now. But if you know that it's happening, jail for you too. Honestly, jail for you. Maybe not death penalty, but jail for you if you're okay with this. You know, I get off the train at the next stop. I do the full thing. I do this. I cover up. I get off the train. I go to the next and go to the next car.
I feel like if for the person that doesn't get off, I feel like it's a sign of things to come. You know, they might be the next person who commits such a heinous act.
They're gonna shit and piss themselves right there and then. Yeah. It's crazy, man. I mean, fucking, and then like another horrible situation. You get on the car, putrid smells, horrible. So the next stop, you're like, all right, I'm gonna quickly run over to the next train. You get off and you run over to the next train. You get in, take a big whiff. Same thing, bro. Oh my god. No. You're like, I gotta move another car.
Yeah.
Awful.
Do you ever go between the cars?
No, I mean, if it's an emergency, where it has been sometimes, where it just smelled so bad, I was like, I have to go now.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, I don't like going in between the cars. It's just like, Why? Why would I do that? You know what I mean? It's like, I know I can do it easy. I've done it a bunch of times before. It's just like, all it takes is one time for you to fucking step in the wrong spot and bam, you're fucking caught between the trains. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let that happen to the ones who go between the car.
Remember that time we caught that chick pissing in between the cars?
Yeah, she was pissing. And I was looking at her and laughing, and she looked at me and she was like, ah! And I was like, all right, we're not that cool.
And then, like, the next stop or whatever, the piss started to fucking roll into the train. You remember that?
Yeah, I think I do
Right.
remember. Ugh, disgusting. Yeah.
She's one of those people.
Assault on the senses.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
She's one of the people that would not have gotten up.
She assaulted, though. I don't think she was terrible to look at, which is so weird, too.
Yeah. When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yeah. It was. She didn't
She was a
assault.
normal-looking chick.
Normal looking chick.
A baddie, maybe, even.
I wouldn't go that far.
To some.
Touch. She assaulted the touch if the piss touches you. Sight. Well, I mean, I guess, she's pissing. I don't know what sense.
Yeah, but she at least made an effort to hide it. She went
Yeah,
in between the cars and squatted down.
All right, no assaults on senses.
No senses.
No sensory assault. Sensory assault. I like this new thing. We should introduce this as like. We should have Mark call the congressman. Mark's solution to everything is like, I'm gonna call the congressman.
Seems to be working.
Yeah, right. It does work in some cases. Yeah. I sensory assault. I like that.
Yeah. S.A. That one's taken.
Just sensory assault. We'll just say sensory assault. We can't get it mixed up with SA. I had a fucking sensory assault this morning, bro.
What happened?
I woke up and immediately drank 3 Guinness. It was like I got to the bar this morning and I was going to order a coffee. I was going to sit down and order a coffee because we still had like 30, 45 minutes till the race started. And I was going to sit down and order a coffee and just, like chill out for a second. I walk into the bar. Craig is at the other side of the bar. He sees me, lifts 2 Guinness in the air.
Let's go!
And goes, let's go. And I was like, let's fucking go. I drank. I did order the coffee, but I drank the Guinness immediately. I was like, it's so nice. It's so good. It's the best beer ever. Yeah, fucking... Yeah, waking up and drinking 3 Guinness and a coffee, I didn't expect to do that.
Bro, 3 Guinness and a coffee with the mayor?
With the mayor. Mayor Craig. Shout out to Mayor Craig. Yeah, no, it was fucking dope, though. It was awesome going and watching the races.
Yeah.
It was like the first time I've done, like, watched a race live, like, at an event or with a crowd.
Like out,
thing. Yeah. Everybody was the bar got really packed out, and this was like the overflow bar, too.
Wow. And yeah, it's like 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was the overflow bar from the other spot where everybody watches F1. And yeah, it was a big crowd of people. Everybody was getting real excited.
Yeah.
Everybody was wearing gear.
That's
Everybody had like some sort of thing on, which was cool. Ton of Ferrari fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was super exciting. Everybody was kind of into it.
Sorry.
Yeah, every time. You want to know what's funny is I noticed there was so many Ferrari fans that when the team radios were happening and they were talking and stuff, like it was normal and everything.
Yeah.
Every time that the Ferrari team radio would happen, everybody went silent. There was that many Ferrari
Holy
fans.
shit.
Everybody went silent and everybody listened. I was like, what the fuck? We don't want to listen to everybody else. Yeah. But it was cool. It was mad cool. The race was good. The race was so good.
Yeah. I
Fucking-
watched some of it on my computer on the stream. Like 10, 15 minutes,
Yeah.
like 2 different times.
Nice.
So I caught like laps like 10 to 18, I think.
Nice.
And then later like 35 to like 47 maybe.
Yeah,
I should have
yeah.
just finished the race, but
Yeah, I mean, it was really, really good race. I mean, last week's was just such a boring race.
yeah.
Nothing happened. This week, though, there was like 3 different overtake points. There was a lot of different things happening. You had a safety car come out and kind of it shortened the time between everybody. Everybody kind of realigned. I don't know what they call that, but
Why did the safety car, did somebody crash?
nobody really like crashed. 2 people clipped. I think it was Sainz and
A Hulkenberg?
no, I don't know if it was Hulkenberg.
No, it was-
someone. Oh, well, it was Sainz.
It was the guy from Haas. I'm
maybe
pretty sure.
Sainz and somebody. Sainz on Williams, and then somebody else. They clipped.
Yeah.
And there was debris on the track.
Oh.
So they brought out the safety car to basically clear the debris.
Yeah.
And yeah, it kind of put everybody back together.
Yeah.
And it made the race exciting again because everybody could go pit and put on new tires and everything.
Yeah.
And it was just such a good race. There was already stuff happening left and right. But yeah, such a good race. Good time.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun doing it
Yeah.
like live and
Yeah, it's cool.
going and watching it with a bunch of people. Me and Craig had a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, I like F1.
Yeah.
We've been getting into it in the apartment.
Yeah.
There's just some things that I don't fully understand about it.
Yeah.
Which obviously comes with time and like I gotta like watch the events and stuff.
Yeah.
But like this, from when I was watching it earlier from this race, is like Ferrari was, I'm pretty sure, like spot 2 and 3. I think it was Leclerc and Hamilton was right behind
I
him.
think I remember
That's
something
in
like
the
that. Yeah,
towards
yeah.
the beginning of the race.
Yeah.
And then they both decided to pit at the same time. Or
Yeah.
the team told them to pit.
Yeah.
And they both changed. There was like a thing going on with all the teams where the hard tires were no good.
Yeah.
Max Verstappen at one point was like, "Oh, I have no traction" or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
So the things I don't understand, I guess, are like the different tire types and when and like the differences between them. Why you would use one over the other. Why he has no traction on hard.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is like, why did Ferrari both pit at the same time when they're second and third? And then Hamilton dropped down to like 12th.
Yeah.
And Leclerc was, I don't know, maybe 7th or 8th or something.
Yeah.
But like, those are the things I just don't understand.
So with pitting, it's basically everybody pits at a different time and they do it for strategic reason.
Yeah.
But everybody has to pit for the order to be restored. When they start pitting, the orders start to get all messed up and you'll see like, Piastri goes down to 16th and, Hamilton goes down to 12th and you're like, what the fuck? But once everybody pits, that order gets restored, basically. What you're trying to do is, I don't know 100% the strategy behind it, but there's strategy behind pitting in a sense that, like, if you develop a long enough lead over somebody, the hope is that you can maybe, so if they already pit, you can maybe pit and then get out in time to still be ahead of that person.
Yeah.
And that's that's great because
Yeah.
you're on new tires and you're still ahead,
Yeah.
kind of thing. So there's a lot of strategy that comes with pitting, but I will say like the order gets all fucked up when the first team starts pitting and everybody starts pitting, and then it reshapes once everybody's pit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The other thing is that, so from my understanding, soft tires you can go faster, but they won't last as long. Harder tires, you're going to go a little slower, but they'll last longer.
I see.
Medium tires, somewhere in between.
Okay.
So it's all about like how you want to strategize which tires you're using. It was funny because there was still like a half a race to go, and they put Russell on soft tires, and then he came on the radio and he was like, "What are you guys really going to have me finish out this race on soft tires? Like, because he can go fast, but they're not going to last as long."
Yeah.
And then he did it though.
I feel like that's kind of the move, though, because towards the end of the race, how long do you need the tires to last? Just get your speed up.
Yeah, I mean, if you think that you can manage it, then sure, But if someone else has medium tires behind you and they're gaining on you every second,
I guess if they're being degraded, then they're losing their quality and your time. They're not going to be as effective.
Yeah,
I didn't think about that.
I mean, it was a good race, and there was overtakes even happening like toward the end too.
Yeah,
like Norris. I think Norris was behind Leclerc, and in the last 10 laps, he got the overtake.
Oh,
it was a fight too.
Nice,
it was real good. And I think if it went a few more laps, he could have overtaken Russell as well.
I saw Russell was having issues with his car or with the DRS.
I didn't see anything about that, but apparently there was an incident where Russell he just didn't have DRS, but he used it anyway. Like he wasn't supposed to use it, but he used it anyway, and he didn't get the penalty, so that's good. I don't know. I don't really know too much of what happened.
I heard a radio clip, him talking to the team, and they were saying that he didn't have control of it. There was like something with the receiver was messed up or something, so he had to be on the radio and would be like, they were gonna tell him, okay, we're turning DRS on now, and then he would like just be ready for it.
I thought that's how they did it at first. I thought the team controlled it, but no, they have a button apparently.
It's probably quicker to just for the driver.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah,
especially even.
I
Like,
would just think that like when you're going 200 miles an hour, your only focus is like the turn that's coming up. You know what I mean? I can't imagine you're driving 200 miles an hour and you're like, you press this button. You know? And then you press this button. It's like you gotta look for the button. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when you're going that speed, like even like just blinking, you like gain so much.
Apparently they did so like I don't know if they did a study or whatever. I think Mark told me about this, that they don't blink in these races.
Like just 2 hours.
Yeah. I mean, you blink and you lose a huge part of the track. You know,
I mean, there's got to be points on each track where you're like, okay,
you're going down the straight up. All right, turn. Yeah, no, I mean, I can imagine there's like at some point you have to blink, you know,
and
of course your eyes are probably getting dried out too.
Yeah.
Apparently, they have water in there too.
In the helmet, there's like a.
I have no idea. I heard something about the water not working, and they were like, all right, 20 more laps, no water. You're gonna have to do it. And
I guess that makes sense. I remember I think it was the Drive to Survive show. I forget which driver, but he said the race was like mad hot and he lost like 7 kilos during the race, like 15 pounds.
George Russell, yeah. George Russell, and I think it was at Bahrain too.
Bahrain Grand Prix. I like the track of Bahrain.
Good track.
I know it's
what
like
a good track, man. I mean, I was pleasantly surprised how different it was than last week.
Yeah.
The track really does make the difference. Apparently, Jeremy Clarkson was getting a lot of heat because he was talking about, he was like, maybe the best way to make this exciting is to not race on a track that's not exciting. You know,
he's not wrong.
And I agree. I was like, this fucking track sucked. There's no way you can overtake, because like some people keep telling us like, oh, the cars should be better. If all the cars are great, they're not going to be able to overtake each other except without DRS.
You talking about Japan's race last week?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a boring race, boring track.
Yeah.
There's only one section for any overtaking to happen.
Yeah, and if there's too much of a like a time difference in the race, then it doesn't even matter. Yeah, makes sense. But yeah, race looked cool. The bar was like, you said you had a good time, but what's the like the vibe like? Is it good?
I mean, it's like I'm sure it was a lot of European.
Yeah.
So yeah, nobody was going crazy. You know, everybody was chilling. People next to us were nice. You know, I mean, yeah, it was a very, very low key vibe. You know, people were just excited to watch the race, kind of thing. I don't think it's like football where people are going fucking.
Yeah.
You know,
in my head, I was just trying to compare it to like the UFC crowd and like all those shitheads.
UFC crowds are completely different. But yeah, the UFC crowd is a bunch of fucking shitheads. Yeah.
I wonder how much crossover there is between the two sports, like a Venn diagram of sports.
I was thinking,
who's in the middle.
Yeah, I was thinking about that today because I was like, me and Mark, easily got into F1 and really liked it.
Yeah,
but we already have a base of like really liking cars, and I don't know. The UFC crowd is a shithead, like a real fucking shithead crowd. And F1 does not feel like a shithead crowd at all.
I feel like. Not to sound like a pretentious fuck, but like I feel like there's a certain level of like sophistication in being like a F1 fan.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%. You can show up to UFC. You can show up on a Saturday night. You could sit on that couch and just watch people get knocked out and understand everything about it. Yeah, that's all you need to know. This dude came in and he go, bam, and got his ass. That's all you need to know. Yeah, F1 is like so intricate. There's so many details. Yeah. Yeah, there is a little. It's a little bit of like a high culture, low culture thing. Honestly,
I mean, it's like a rich man's sport. I mean, could you even call it? It's a motorsport. It's not a sport, but like
honestly, though, I will say for everybody else, F1 is the everyday person's sport. Fucking $85 for the year.
It's crazy.
$85 to the year, and this is like a good segue into why we fucking couldn't watch the card last night. Basically, I'm not $85 for the entire year to watch every single race.
Yeah,
right. $85 for a single pay-per-view? Is that how much it is, or $80? $80 for a single pay-per-view, and there's what, 12 a year?
13, 14.
Fuck that.
It's insane. You got, and then on top of that, you got to have your ESPN membership. It costs $1,000 at least a year to like be a real committed UFC fan.
Yeah.
Not for me. Not for me.
I mean, it's gonna change soon.
Yeah.
I told you. I said I was like, I think they're fucking starting to crack down on it. And last night we could not watch the stream.
Yeah.
Which fucking sucks.
Yeah, it wasn't working on my phone, but after you went to bed, like I said, it worked on my computer.
Yeah. It's just like it's not worth it to me, honestly. And you and Mark like UFC a lot more than I do.
$80 is insane.
It's an insane amount.
It was even a lot 10 years ago when it was $50.
I was excited to watch the fucking card last night. It's a good card.
Yeah.
And it seems like a lot of like good exciting stuff, but no, I don't want to shell out fucking $80 to pay it to watch it.
I've said this 1,000 times. I'm sure we've had the conversation. If these pay-per-views were like $20, $25, so many more I would buy them.
Yeah.
So many more people would buy them.
Yeah.
I'm not paying $80 because it's like, yeah, the card might be good on paper, but how many times have we had a card that's good on paper and you're like, oh, it's worth the pay-per-view, and then it's a dog shit card?
Yeah.
The fact is, you just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And the UFC is, the cream of the crop for MMA and promotion and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not going to pay $80 for this to be a dog shit card, and it is sometimes. I'm not gonna pay $80 if it's a good card either.
Yeah.
But I'd pay $20 or $25.
It's ridiculous. That's why, the move to Netflix that's potentially happening is the best thing they can do.
They were talking. I just heard it before. They were talking about it in the press conference last night after the fight. Their deadline to like make a new deal with ESPN is like this week, I think they said.
Really?
And Dana White was like, I like ESPN, but I also like our other options. So yeah, it seems like it might. I wonder.
We'll find out this week what they're gonna do.
Yeah, we'll find out. I think at least if they're gonna renew with ESPN.
Yeah.
But let's say they do go to Netflix. How does that are they still gonna charge a pay-per-view fucking thing if it's with Netflix?
No, I don't think so. I think it's gonna be a part like they do WWE right now,
and it's like just totally.
It's included in the.
That would be. So...
I mean, Netflix is gonna go up in price. They will continue.
Yeah,
to.
but like for me at least, that's a worthy increase.
It is a worthy.
I don't even use Netflix that much, like personally on my own time, but like, even if it's $30 a month than it is now, it's worth it for me as a UFC fan.
Yeah, what I think is going to happen is because Netflix is also maybe going to acquire the rights to stream F1.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think Netflix is going to have a sports package.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They have all the sports, the WWE, if you consider that a sport.
Goofy.
WWE, UFC, F1, maybe football now. I think they're going to develop a sports package.
Yeah, it seems like Netflix is going to completely change their pricing options or whatever, their payment.
It's going to be expensive. I don't want anything about the F1 TV to change.
Oh, $80 or $85 for the year is
for the year.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And it's $130 for F1 TV like premium.
Yeah.
And Mark and I were saying we're like, let's do it. Let's do that next year.
Yeah.
What
do you get? Just more coverage?
More coverage. You can basically like create your own like race stream. You can have like the regular stream, what they have going, and then you can have like the cockpits of 5 cars going at the same time. So if like you really like Carlos Sainz and you want to see his whole race, you can watch his whole race.
That's sick.
It is cool. You could switch. You could see every single camera on all the cars.
That is sick.
Isn't that dope?
Yeah.
You could see every camera on all the cars. You could see like what's going on inside the paddocks and everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
Well
worth it.
Yeah, 100%. That's one of when I was watching it earlier on my computer. That's one of the things I was thinking about because like I was watching the race, and then it cut to like a replay of like the launch of the start of the race.
Yeah.
And I was fine with it, obviously, whatever, it's cool. But I was thinking, like, what if I don't want to be seeing this? What if, like, I wanted to see the race and whoever is racing? So that's cool. I didn't know that.
You can do that with the F1 TV Premium or whatever the hell it's called. Yeah, it's cool. And it's like $135 for the year is still not a bad deal.
No, not at all.
Especially if, like, you want that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if you want to watch more mainstream sports, football, basketball, baseball.
Yeah.
You got to have cable, I'm pretty sure, at the very least. Or, like, YouTube TV, maybe. I don't even know. Hulu, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
That's more than $135 a year. That's what, like $40 a month, $50 a month?
Yeah. It's very expensive. But also, like, F1 is a European thing.
Yeah.
And everything's cheaper over there, I wonder if we're paying the same price for fucking, if that they're paying in Europe.
I wonder if they even pay at all or if it's just on TV for them.
I don't think it's on BBC.
No?
No, I don't think
just
so.
TV, I mean.
Sky Sports has the rights to stream it, I believe. That's what they played on at the bar, is Sky Sports. So
I wonder why they would use Sky Sports and not the F1 TV app.
I don't know. I think Sky Sports is like their
Anyway, yeah, UFC. From what I did see last night,
Yeah.
it was a good card. It was a really good card. I enjoyed the prelims. I missed some of the early stuff, but the prelims were good. Dominic Reyes back in the win, or he's been in the win column, but he knocked out Nikita Krylov. Bang! Like a left hook.
Yeah.
Crazy. I missed the people's main event. That's the one I wanted to see.
The people's main event was Bryce Mitchell.
Yeah, and Jon Silva.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
we watched it back. Yeah.
I watched it after too. Dude got outclassed. Bryce Mitchell.
Yeah. How it goes sometimes, bro. You talk
Yeah.
all that shit and then you get outclassed.
Dude,
Apparently, everybody was getting outclassed last night.
yeah. Honestly,
Yeah.
it was like Michael Chandler got embarrassed.
I didn't watch either fight. I didn't watch Volk or Chandler.
Michael Chandler got embarrassed.
Yeah, I did see a clip of Patty chasing Michael Chandler around the ring, and I was like, "Damn, bro, stand your ground!" And he was just running around the ring.
Michael Chandler had such a bad performance that he didn't even talk on the mic. He took his loss and just left.
Really?
He left the F. Granted, he was fucked up. He had like a big ass cut on his face, and he was all fucked up. So I guess he didn't want to do it. But usually, I mean, he's like 1 in 5, I'm pretty sure, in his last 6. He's always on the mic, win or lose.
Yeah.
But this was a
He
bad
didn't even get up on the mic?
No, he walked out of the octagon. But again, he was fucked up.
Yeah,
He's fucked up.
Yeah.
Patty hit him with a crazy knee, and split his cheek open, big like a gash, and then just fucked him up from there. Crazy ground. Patty Pimblett's a real contender now. I was been a doubter for a long time, but that being said, he showed a big. He was a lot better last night than he's ever been. It was his best showing.
What weight class is he?
Lightweight.
Lightweight.
Yeah.
Who else is in that weight class?
Islam Makhachev's the champion. Ilya Taporia now. Charles Oliveira. Arman, Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier.
That's a good class.
Manny Moicano.
Wow.
Manny Moicano, he put out a tweet today because after one of his fights like last year, he was like, "Give me Patty Pimblett, easy money, Patty Pimblett." He tweeted this today, and he was like, "Patty Pimblett 2024, easy money. Patty Pimblett 2025, hard money." He doesn't want to fight him anymore,
baby.
He like, I don't know if Chandler was off or what it was, but Pimblett
Patty
showed
Pimblett
out.
is fucking. He's no joke. He's annoying, and I can't like kind of stand him, but he's no joke.
He's no joke.
Yeah, so he's in the same category for me as Sean O'Malley. You know,
I see
maybe
that.
I like Patty Pimblett a little bit more than Sean O'Malley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like that O'Malley has a rematch with Merab. I don't think he really deserves it or did anything for it.
Yeah, I guess I don't think I know enough about it. And
He just they fought I think like back in September, and Merab won like four rounds. It was like 49.
I think I remember this. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was like a 49-46.
Yeah.
And now they're rematching. They're fighting in June, I think.
Yeah. So who do you think they're gonna put up against Volk now?
I don't know. It's a good question. Probably based on last night. Maybe Yair again. I'm not really interested in seeing that fight again.
Who else is in that class
Trying
right
to
now?
think. Featherweight. Movsar probably.
Who?
This guy Movsar Evloev. He fought what's his name? Aljamain Sterling like a couple months back. He beat him. I think that was his last fight, I'm pretty sure. Aljamain's up there too. He could fight him. But again, I'm not interested in that fight either. I think
Seems like there's nobody in that fucking weight class.
Jon Silva now, he just beat Bryce Mitchell last night. I don't think he deserves a title shot, but I think he's 2 regular wins or 1 really good win away from a title shot. What's next for Volk? I don't know. Maybe I got to look at the division, but I don't. Let me see if I can open it.
And then what's next for Patty Pimblett?
A top 5 guy.
And
Because he just beat Michael Chandler, who's ranked number 7. Mm-hmm. He called out Charles Oliveira last night.
Patty Pimlet.
Yeah.
Culture. Nice.
He was like, I'll fight any of the legends. I'll fight Justin. I'll fight Dustin. But like, I want to fight. He said he'll fight anybody. He's like, they're all cool. I have respect for them, but fuck Armand. I don't like Armand.
Really?
Yeah.
Why does he not like him?
He didn't specify, I don't think, but he was like calling him some weird British shit. But yeah, I don't know what's next for Volkanovski.
Yeah, it seems like nobody exciting is really in that weight class.
I think the next guy should be Movsar. He's 19-0. You know?
Oh wow, yeah.
He beat Diego Lopez like 2 years ago, who just fought Volk last night.
Yeah. All right, that seems like a good fight, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe Jean Silva should fight Movsar, and then the winner will fight Volk. I don't know.
It's crazy. I must not be like paying attention to UFC as much because I don't know these names at all.
I'd be paying attention though.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of the fight nights. And shit.
I mean, nowadays I'm paying attention way less to UFC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's funny about the UFC is that other than title fights, most of the like important fights and stuff happen. They're not on pay-per-views. They're like the regular Saturday
like
fight nights.
Yeah.
Those are like, some of the more important fights in terms of like moving the division around and like dudes coming up. Yeah. Because like a lot of these fighters, like you'll know them or you'll see them have like good showings at fight nights and stuff, and then you'll see them become ranked. And those are the events that like move the division, and you know who's who. Which, I don't know, because pay-per-view, like last night was like Yair Rodriguez, featherweight, versus Patricio Pitbull. It was his UFC debut.
Yeah.
He came from like Bellator. And Yair's like a top, I think he's like ranked number 6 now or something. But it's just like, it's kind of an inconsequential fight.
Yeah.
You know, obviously you don't want to lose, especially if you're Yair, but like if Pitbull wins, now he's in the top 5. But it's like not to say he didn't prove himself because he has his Bellator history, and I don't know it that well. I think I've lost the plot, but you know what I'm trying to say.
I think this is how it goes with UFC, especially when you and Mark are talking about UFC. Like, you're talking about one subject, and then there's like 3 other guys that get mentioned, and then you're like, oh, wait, I want to go, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, spinning. I'm like, I don't fucking know. Yeah, you lost me. Yeah.
I might have lost a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, you and Mark really should have like a UFC podcast where you say the same thing every single week.
Yeah,
same conversation every week.
We're having it anyway.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, right. Yeah. No, I mean, I for me, I was just upset. I was actually excited to watch last night's card.
Yeah,
and it sucked that we couldn't.
Yeah.
You know, sucked that. Yeah, I'm not paying that and fucking. Yeah, it was interesting what we were talking about, where it's like you're getting 3 million illegal streams, but like that's still ad revenue.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
and it's like, why you're not good enough with that? Like you can't sell that. But I guess like Ryan was saying, it's illegal.
It's illegal.
Like they're illegal streams.
Oh, I see.
So you know what I mean? Like what the legality of counting that is? Like an ad, like someone's absorbing. You know.
Just put the price down, man. Make that shit $25.
Greedy motherfuckers.
Because I'd buy it.
Yeah.
I'd buy it, and I'm sure like 1,000 other fucking people in the 10-mile radius would buy it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like the best way to make money is to have more fans.
Yeah.
And to have more fans, you need people to buy it. In my own opinion, you need people to buy it at home, not people that are gonna go out to the bar and watch it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It is the best way to watch it, honestly.
I mean, going out to watch it, is its own thing, and it's like a night out or whatever.
Yeah.
And I've said this about every sporting event or everything, whatever. Best way to watch it is on your own couch. Go for your own home. Fucking.
Yeah, I will say that I do particularly enjoy going and seeing UFC events like at a bar or something.
Yeah.
When everybody's getting excited.
Right.
Like, that's fun.
It's fun. But, like, you're not going to do that every time.
No. Yeah.
And, like, just in terms of population size, if you have 1 million fans, how many people are doing that?
Yeah.
So, like, make that shit $20 and let people watch it at home.
They should just have UFC TV, like they have F1 TV. UFC TV, where you just fucking...
Yeah.
Where you have it for the whole year. And you get all the UFC stuff. What is it? The fucking Dana White Contender Series. The
Ultimate Fighter.
The Ultimate Fighter. Yeah. All that shit. all that
They
shit.
like kind of do have something like that, the UFC Fight Pass.
But it
and
doesn't include fucking
it includes everything but the UFC.
Yeah, so it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking annoying.
It's just crazy that we pay so much money. We're subsidizing it for the rest of the world who pays $10 a month.
Interesting. Kind of like how we do with everything else.
Oh.
Kind of like why the big guys putting fucking tariffs on everybody. Because we subsidize everything.
It's true.
Yeah. It's mad funny when he walked in last night. So funny every time he walks into a UFC event and everybody's like, let's go. It's like, even if you hate him, you're like, let's go.
Every time I see it, it like invokes so many emotions.
What kind of emotion?
I'm like so happy and proud to be an American. But at the same time, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, like, why-
what is this goofy shit? Go run the country,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
like-
What are you doing in Miami with your grandchildren and Elon Musk and his human shield on his fucking shoulders? What is going on? But it's hilarious. So
It is hilarious. It's mad funny, though, that, like, all the other people come, too.
Yeah.
Like, Ted Cruz and, like, RFK and Tulsi Gabbard and Cash Patel. Like, why? They were all there, too. And
What
like,
are
why
they
are you
doing?
there? Like, you don't know Dana. You know, you haven't been going to these events.
Why is Ted Cruz at the UFC event and not in Cancun like he fucking likes to
Yeah,
do?
he does like to go to Cancun.
You know?
Yeah, I think it's just like a public event type of thing that they're trying to do to get more fucking eyes, basically.
Yeah. I can't say it. I'll tell you later.
Those are the best ones.
This is almost like we're on the street. There's a different set of rules.
This is indeed the street. You cannot say and do
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
in this format that you can.
You only catch me chomping on cheese sticks on the podcast.
What is this? Is a weird hair that I think it might be.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. Oh my god. Yeah, it was fucking. Honestly, it was nice to fucking sit down and get off the street today.
Yeah.
I was going from 9 a.m. this morning. I drank three Guinness and like obviously on an empty stomach, and I didn't eat anything at the bar.
Yeah.
And I came home. I was a little woozy. I was like, time to hop on the bike and get to the fucking gym. It was nice out. I was like, I was gonna just go to the gym straight from the bar.
Yeah.
And like take the subway or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck that.
Fuck
Nice
that.
out. Yeah, it's nice out. Hop on the bike.
Yeah. It's my door. It's the window. It's fine.
I was like, who is here?
No, the wind to close my door.
Is here?
Chill. We're on the street right now.
Bad funny. Yeah, it was fucking mad nice out. So I was like, I gotta hop on the bike.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm so glad to finally. These past 2 days of riding have been awful.
in the rain. You've been riding in the rain?
In the rain, torrential downpour.
Holy
bro.
shit.
I gotta get to the gym. That's it. I don't want to fucking take the subway and the transfer. I don't want to do it. I gotta get to the gym.
Yeah, I respect.
Bundle up, get in the rain, and fucking get there. You know.
Yeah.
Fucking. But yeah, today so nice out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice ride over there. I'm excited. I'm excited to start riding again.
Yeah, I'm gonna need your help to kick my shit straight.
Right? Yeah, we gotta do that. Yeah. Well, we'll do that soon. We'll do it.
Yeah,
whenever you want to.
Yeah.
Honestly, I
tomorrow.
was gonna stay after this if you want to take a walk with me.
All right.
I gotta take. Well, if you don't want to, fine. But
Okay.
I gotta hit 5,000 more steps, basically.
All right.
Apparently, that's a white person thing. Is saying I gotta get my steps in or whatever.
Whatever.
But I'm trying to hit this. There's like a challenge on the Garmin to hit a certain amount of steps by mid-month, and I only have like 5,000 left to go.
How does it? I wonder how it, differentiates between a step and like other movements.
And it knows. It just knows.
It just knows.
It just knows.
Like, could you mock 5,000 steps and then get a fake valor?
Maybe. Honestly, I'm not gonna do that though. The other night, when I was at, what's her name? You know her name.
Yeah.
When I was there, I was like, I wanted to like keep this on to try out the cardio setting.
Yeah.
But she was like, no, like, take everything. I was like, okay, all right, I'll take it. Nah. I wanted to keep it on to do the cardio thing, just to see, like, where I'm at. You know what I mean?
Like, but it's tactical.
It's tactical. Yeah. I'm trying to get my steps in. Yo, fucking riding home after you hit. It's the best ride you ever had. I left, like, I was excited to leave after we finished because I was like, can't wait to get on the bike. You just riding home in the middle of the night, you're feeling good, you know. I was doing 80 down Eastern Parkway.
Let's go.
You know? When you get the post nut clarity and then you hop on the bike and you're doing the 80 down Eastern Parkway, you're like, you know, maybe I should kill myself. I could hit a truck right now and I don't give a fuck. Oh, shit was nice. I rode around for a little while the other night. It was like 12:30 and it was kind of cold and I was like, I'm just having a good time.
Nice.
You know?
Let's go.
Fire.
When the road's empty and you're out there, especially over here where you really appreciate the road being empty.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Yeah, like that day you told me about when you went down Ocean Parkway.
Yeah.
It must have been nice.
Yeah, it was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice at night. I mean,
Yeah.
there was also them hooligans out. But
I'll tell you what. I appreciate my bike more this year than I did last year.
why is that?
Because the fact that I can't go faster. The fact that I can't go faster might be good for my health.
All right. Well,
You know?
that's good.
If I can feel it, just like I top out, like I can't even like get that fast. I can't accelerate that fast on this bike, and I think it helps me. Because if I got on an XSR 900 and I get like these open streets you're talking about,
Yeah.
forget about it.
Yeah.
Forget about it. I'm gonna do 100 everywhere.
Through the city's crazy.
What?
Like through the city, through Brooklyn is crazy.
People be doing it, bro.
Take out a Hasidic family crossing the street.
That's crazy.
Why do they be jaywalking like crazy down Eastern Parkway?
I will say, so obviously awful that it happened, and like in some
Yeah,
situations you can't avoid it. But not just them. Everybody jaywalks. I do it too, right?
Yeah.
But like, don't fucking look at me as I'm flying down the street like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're jaywalking.
Yeah.
Look before you cross the street. Some of them don't look. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I look like I do jaywalk sometimes, but my head's on a swivel.
But there's a difference between you jaywalking, me jaywalking, you and I jaywalking, and then your whole entire fucking family jaywalking.
I get infuriated, whether I'm walking, whether I'm riding, whatever it is, or driving in the city, like in an Uber. I get infuriated when I see someone with a stroller jaywalker, like they cross when it's not, when it, you know, when it's a stop. I'm like, for the safety of your kid, for whatever reason, just hang out on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Like, you're in that much of a rush, just hang out with your kid on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That and people who are on their phones, like, while they're walking down the street, the kids running ahead, fucking, 5 minutes in front of you. That shit infuriates me. Like,
you ever see these? It's always fucking white bitches. You ever see these white bitches walking down the street, reading a book?
Reading a book?
Bitch, looking down, straight up reading a novel, reading some fucking weird shit.
Like with a kid or just alone?
Just usually alone.
This is what you're angry about?
Look at your phone like a normal person. You're reading a book, walking down the street. Just look at your phone like a normal. If you're not gonna pay attention,
I don't agree with this take.
If you're not gonna be looking anyway, I'd rather you look at your phone. You're reading a fucking book, walking down the street.
I disagree.
I know you're not. You're not soaking in that knowledge.
You're crazy, bro. I don't agree with this take. I thought you meant fucking with a kid.
All right, with a kid.
Yeah, with a kid, you should be paying attention to the kid at all times. I don't have a problem with someone reading a book on the sidewalk.
My only problem with them is,
I think you're just trying to hate on white women right now. Just
okay,
in general.
I mean, I could, but like, my whole thing is that they don't look up. So like, they just walk and they always almost bump into you.
Same thing with people on their phone. I hate when people are on their fucking phone.
Something about the book I'm just hating on.
Why? Because it's like productive and knowledgeable.
No, I read in the comfort of my own home, like a normal
Doing
fucking
the
person.
on his phone.
I'm a Renaissance man.
I hate that that's like a fucking excuse to get out of nearly anything. I'm a Renaissance man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, fucking. Honestly, you want to know who's the biggest? What's the word? The biggest like perpetrators of this crime of not paying attention with your kids.
Who's that?
Is fucking it's Hispanic mothers.
Oh, you don't say.
It's Hispanic mothers, and I'm dying on that hill. They don't give a fuck. They let their kids do whatever.
Yeah.
And honestly, all of their kids usually make it.
I think their kids are dying on that hill too.
It is crazy. These Hispanic mothers, like in the city, this is just from what I've witnessed, they do not pay attention at all. They're all on their phone. They're all talking to somebody. They do not give a fuck. The kids just wander about.
Yeah.
They don't care. They let the kids run like fucking 100, 200 feet in front of them.
That's why they grow up to be so strong
And independent and hardworking.
Yeah. These are good things.
These are good things.
We need more Hispanic
let your kids
mothers.
run.
Yeah. More Hispanic mothers are needed.
Okay. Maybe not. Maybe just pay attention to the kids. You know, they fucking they'll sling them around their back just to go sell a few chocolate bars on the subway. You know?
How much
You ever
could
think
they?
the kid's in there like, can I catch your breath? Maybe. Kid fucking in the thing. Shut up! I'm trying to sell a chocolate bar.
How much do you think them candy peddlers on the train make?
How much do I think they make?
Yeah, like a day. How much do you think they're making?
I think they can make upwards of like probably like $30 to $50 a day.
30 to 50
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
They're upselling like crazy.
Oh,
You
yeah.
remember when they got Mark with that?
No, what happened?
Mark was like, "Can I get one?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's $3." And then Mark was like, "I only have a 5." And he's like, "It's 2 for $5." I was like, "Holy shit, these kids are learning something." Yeah. I mean, you get enough people with that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you
I've
can-
just never really, out of all my time on the subway, I've probably only seen somebody buy something like 2 times.
Really.
Yeah.
I see it kind of often.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I see it kind of often. Mark buys something almost every time. Almost every time.
Because he wants the thing, or because he just wants to buy something?
No, because he wants to fucking.
I see.
He wants the what is it? The peanut M&Ms.
Peanut M&Ms.
Fire. I get it. Peanut M&Ms are fire. Awesome.
They are fire.
Yeah.
They gotta get creative with the stuff down there. They gotta come around with like something enticing, you know.
Like
Cheese
what?
sticks, maybe.
Cheese sticks. First of all, I don't buy any candy from like that because I just don't trust it, and I don't need to be buying candy from a little Hispanic kid. But like, yeah, you start getting cheese sticks, bro. I don't know. Like that. Then it comes to like storage. Those things are not sitting in. Fucking,
Lug around a cooler all day.
Yeah, no, they're not sitting in the cooler. I mean, you could stuff them with the kid in the back, but fucking.
You know what is pretty sick though that I have a lot of respect for?
What?
You ever walk around like the city or here, whatever, like the construction sites around lunchtime? There's always a Hispanic mama pulling up with like 3 big ass
With the
coolers.
coolers, yeah,
and she's
yeah.
just selling homemade lunches. And then the dudes just post up on the sidewalk and start eating them. And I'll tell you what, food looks good, smells good.
Good move. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a good move, and that's honestly like staying within the community too.
I wonder if it's like one of the guy's wives or something, and he's like, "Yo, my wife's coming through with the stuff."
Probably,
You know?
yeah. I mean, sometimes I'm sure I'm sure they don't do it every day. I'm sure sometimes they just bring something.
Maybe there's a
from home.
rotation. Maybe one wife a day of the week,
Maybe.
and they all make a little money from it, and they all
Not bad. Maybe they don't charge any money at all. Maybe
Maybe.
they're very community-based people,
That's
which
the
they
best
are.
thing. That's the best thing is to have a solid community.
Yeah.
That takes care of each other, that supports each other.
Hispanics are big on community.
That's why they're always doing better. Every generation in America, at least every generation, it seems, of Hispanic family
Yeah.
is better than the last. Assuming the first is like an immigrant or they came here, whatever. In all of these communities that stick together, they only become better and
Yeah, I
better.
think- yeah,
It's more successful. is
I
what
was
I'm
going to
trying
say, I think that can apply to like a lot of communities. I mean, most of them.
Most of them.
Most of them. I was going to say the Italians, when they first came over here, they were like, they were looked down upon severely, and fucking, they were just building roofs basically. But
It only applies to those communities in which are not their own
Dangerous
enemies.
What'd you say?
In which are not also their own enemies. You know what I'm talking about.
The Polish.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Dumbass Poles.
The Polish. These fucking
North,
Polish.
south, they can never choose.
What'd you say?
All right.
What did you say?
Terrible joke.
North, south?
Yeah, they can never choose which pole.
Ah, okay. All right.
Okay,
All right.
all right.
Yeah.
Pole position.
Pole
F1.
position. Yeah. Pole position to Ahmi for that joke. God bless.
But yeah.
Yeah.
It's another community that sticks together. Never mind.
Well, I mean, Jews do stick together. They
do?
At least the Hasidics, I will say.
Yeah.
The
These guys.
Hasidics, they
Yeah.
they have everything. If you go down like the street over here, they have everything all owned by them, and they spend there too.
Yeah, they own together. They
spend
worship together. They spend together. They jaywalk together.
They do. They love to jaywalk. They love to jaywalk.
Yeah.
And they don't even swing their arms when they run. Why do the Hasidics not swing their arms when they run?
Why are they always in such a rush? Where are you going, bro?
They got to get to worship. They got to.
Your
get
neighborhood's this big, brother. Where are you going?
They got to get the hot shlala, whatever it is. What is that grocery store called? We pass it all the time. Hot shlava, something like that. I don't know.
Bedford, like all the way down there.
Yeah. I want to go in there and see like what's going on, and also like they're gonna be freaked out that I'm in there.
They're not serving you.
What?
They're not serving you. You're not of the community.
You think I'd go in there and they wouldn't let me?
Nah, they want your money.
Oh yeah. I was like, I'm a customer. Are you kidding
They
me?
want your money.
I think that they wouldn't sell us the hats,
Apparently, they're mad expensive.
like $8,000 for a hat.
Community support, though, right there.
Yeah,
You know? This guy supplies hats. We supply him with a living.
I think they wouldn't sell us the hats.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
Probably got to do a ritual or something.
They probably sell me like buffalo chicken sauce, but like not the hat.
Do you think they sell the hats at the store?
No, I don't. I think those things are like specially made, like
the
handmade.
Molded to the head, probably.
Probably they probably get them like fitted. I might when I go down to Texas later this year, I might do that. I might go get like a cowboy hat, like a real fitted cowboy hat.
Nice.
Or like a Stetson hat, not cowboy hat, but like a nice Stetson hat. I've always wanted one.
I wonder what the Hasidic hats are made out of. Is it like bison fur?
Bison?
I don't know. Bison, are they even around anymore? I don't know. What are they?
I don't think they're made.
What kind of animal is it?
I don't know.
Because it's like a fur of some sort.
Yeah. I have no idea. Clearly, an animal with long hair. Could be horsehair, honestly.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Could be.
I feel like you're cooking up something anti-Semitic in the chamber.
No.
Whoa. Whoa.
Me?
We're gonna slow it way down.
No, I don't do that.
No.
I just speak the truth.
Great.
Yeah, they'd be supporting each other.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what other community. I mean, I like that though. I like how they do that over in Williamsburg. The Italians do it. Like they have a whole street where everybody just buys from everybody in there. I feel like a lot of communities in New York City do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of these neighborhoods have only recently, last 10, 15 years or whatever, become places where you don't know your neighbor.
True.
True.
Gentrification.
Yeah.
Let's get the whites in there, baby.
Yeah. Raise these prices.
What?
Raise these prices.
Raise these prices.
Yeah. Not on me though.
Not on me though. Yeah. Not on us though. I'm also like, you can't count me in that. I'm not a gentrifier.
That is kind of crazy though.
I've been in New York my whole life. Anyway, sorry.
This is true. Long Island, baby. I consider if you're from Long Island and you're not like from Montauk or Hampton, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
We're good.
The other night, Mark and I met this kid outside the bar, and we were smoking a cigarette, and he was like, we were just talking, like, striking up conversation, and he was like, yeah, I'm born and raised like in New York, like he was like, I live around I'm born and raised around the corner in Bushwick.
Wow.
And he was like, where are you guys from? And we were like, oh, like we're New York, but we're Long Island. He was like, nah, you guys are New Yorkers too.
That's what I'm saying.
And I was like, nice, respect.
Because we've always been coming to the city, to Queens, whatever.
Yeah.
Since we're kids. So.
But also, like, New York is it's a culture. It's a mindset. You go up anywhere you grow up in New York. We still kind of sound.
Yeah, we got the.
But
accent.
also, I will say that I do realize that my parents, like the way that they acted, and also the way my dad talks. Like my accent comes from my dad, which comes from the Bronx.
Yeah.
You know, my very exaggerated fucking New York accent. Yeah, it comes directly from my dad, who comes from the Bronx. So like people usually think I'm like a born and bred New Yorker from the city. I'm like, nah, I'm from Long Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the mean streets of Northport and Smithtown.
Let's go.
My dad always used to say that. We would listen to me and my brother really loved black culture, and we would listen to the rap songs and whatever. And he'd be like, "You guys grew up in fucking Northport, mean streets in Northport, baby.
It's rough out there.
Yeah, it's rough out there.
You never know what's gonna happen. A tree branch might fall on you.
Yeah, a tree branch might fall on your head. That was one of the worst assaults I've ever experienced.
That's a sensory assault right there.
That's a full-fledged sensory assault. I fell to the ground and tasted this fucking dirt. Yeah.
She probably had you blind for a couple seconds.
I did go blind for a second.
You're already deaf? That's 4 senses.
Holy shit. We should charge this tree branch. We should get it. It flew away, though. Never to be found again.
A metaphor of things.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was what?
I don't know.
I was always hitting the head a lot as a kid.
Yeah.
It was I'm on like concussion number 10.
Yeah, you got 2 left.
I got 2. Is that what we said it is? 2 left?
Yeah.
2 concussions left. I've done pretty well in the past year and a half. I'm not getting any concussions.
What was the last one?
The last one was when I got into the city bike accident.
Oh, yeah. Yo, you called me, and the way you answered the phone, I was like, he's fucked up.
It is funny. It was like, I remember that was a crazy accident. I was on the city bike. Okay. Here's where it's maybe my fault, because I was coming back from a date with that chick.
Oh, yeah.
You remember who? Yeah. And I was feeling good. So I was like, let me smoke a joint. I smoked a joint. That was the first mistake. Second mistake was getting an electric city bike. Yeah. And then the third mistake was being on my phone while flying down the street. And sure enough, I hit a pothole, slammed on the brakes, and flew 5 feet in the air, slammed my head into the concrete. Fucking, I forget what, I think it was Sweet Home Alabama was still playing in my ears as I was fucking waking up like, what the fuck just happened?
You know why that happened to you?
Why?
You committed sensory assault on yourself before, during your journey.
You're right.
You're
right.
Your mind was gone. You were smoking weed. You had music in. You couldn't hear. You weren't looking.
I'm negligent. I was negligent to myself. Sensory assault.
Well, that's only 3 senses, actually. I don't know about the other.
I tasted the concrete.
There it is.
I tasted the concrete for sure.
Tasted the blood in your mouth.
Yeah. I remember I got up and I was walking over and I put the city bike back. It was fucked up. It was so fucked up, the city bike. And I was like, not my problem right now.
Fuck it.
And then, I was like, I didn't even know what to do. I was like, let me call you. Fucking.
Yeah, I came in your Jeep and I came and picked you up and you were fucked up.
I still, to this day, swear to God, I should have died in that car.
Yeah, bro, you were nodding off, and I was about to take you to the hospital.
It was the first time in my life that my eyes were open, but my vision just started to go black, and I was like, "Damn, I'm dying." I'm like, "This is how I die."
That's a bad concussion.
I thought that was death right there.
Yeah.
And then you fucking slapping me.
Like, oh!
Yeah. Like, and then it took me out of it. Yeah, I wasn't going to the fucking hospital. It charged me $400 to what? To tell me I have a concussion? I know I have a concussion. Yeah. Charge me $400 for that. I'll go home, take a cold shower, and you're good. What else you need? Yeah. Fucking, that's how a man does it. Yeah. And then go to urgent care the next day. $45, and they'll tell you you're good. They'll tell you, yeah, you have a concussion. Also, maybe wrap up your hand a little bit.
That's all you need.
I was fucked up. I had blood everywhere.
Yeah, I remember. You were fucked up.
That was an awful crash.
Yeah.
I'm honestly glad I don't do the city bikes anymore.
Yeah.
Now I'm just on something far more dangerous and fast. Yeah. Now the accident just kills me instead. God bless.
Took it to the next level.
I don't have to deal with any fucking concussion. I don't have to call you to come pick me up. I just die.
Just sweet relief.
Yeah, sweet relief. I just die right there. Yeah. Head first into a fucking concrete wall at 80 miles an hour because I just got post-nut clarity. Let's go.
Not like the worst way to go out.
No.
I mean, closed casket funeral for sure.
Yeah.
But like, not the worst way to go out.
I mean, the worst way for everybody else. Everybody's like, fucking idiot. You know?
Yeah, no, bad, like stupid way, bad way, you know? But like in terms of like how quick you're dying, not a bad way to go.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, it's quick and easy. But honestly, I want to die. I don't want to die quick like that.
You want to die slow?
I don't know if slow is the right word. Like, I don't want to die a slow, horrible death.
You want to drown?
No. I also
That's
don't.
pretty horrible.
Yes, drowning's horrible. No, but like bleeding out, maybe not so bad because like apparently like the euphoria that you experience when you're dying is incredible. You know, if you get your brain fucking blown apart, you're not getting that.
You just are, and then you aren't.
Yeah. That euphoria you get like when you're dying slowly, like they talk about like you relive your memories or whatever. It's your brain releasing like endorphins or whatever the hell because it knows you're about to fucking die.
Apparently, it releases DMT into you.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's DMT. Something. I could be wrong about.
I'm sure it's a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. But it's releasing something that's making you like that's easing your transition. You fucking
Transition?
DMT to ease in my transition.
Yo.
Yeah, fucking. If you slam into a wall or someone shoots you in the head, you're not getting that. Yeah, you just fucking. It's over.
So like a stabbing, maybe?
I don't want to get stabbed.
What if you get shot in the torso?
You get shot in the torso, then you just die and you bleed out. And
We could arrange something with some of these homeless dudes. If you
What?
want. We could like arrange something with these homeless
we
dudes.
almost arranged that the other night with this fucking guy in front of the munchies.
There, yo.
Yeah, fucking.
It was that.
What?
It was like he was like freaking out like that.
He wasn't freaking out, but like we were standing out there and hanging out, and he just came up to us and like stood, like a little bit closer, honestly, where I am to you, and he just stood and like stared at us and like was trying to intimidate us.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, first of all, you're like 5'3", you know,
Yeah.
and you stink, and your
Yeah.
fucking toenails are coming through your shoes.
Oh nah.
Like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Like, you pull out a knife or something, I'm gonna kick you, you know?
Yeah.
And he's just staring at us and didn't, nothing to it, just staring at us. And so then I was like, I'm gonna go. I was smoking a cigarette. I was like, I'm gonna go fucking put this. I'm gonna go put it in the garbage or whatever. And Mark says to him, he's like, "Can you fucking go away?" And then the guy like kind of went away. the guy just like walked around and he got angry. He's like mumbling under his breath. I'm sure he's like, "You fucking people," telling blah 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 blah. But he's just like mumbling under his breath and he like walked around. And like we kept looking at him and he kept looking at us like he was gonna do something. I'm not gonna fucking do anything.
He's an irredeemable.
Yeah, totally irredeemable.
I feel like these people are just so fucked up on drugs that they don't even know what they're doing half the time. Which is not an excuse. It's not at all. But like this guy's staring at you guys, like as close as he was or whatever.
He knew what he was doing.
And he thinks he's there for like a second, but he's there for 5 minutes.
He knew what he was doing. He 100% knew what he was doing.
Weird dude.
They all fucking do it. He knows. They know what they're doing. Believe me. When they come up to you and they bother you, they're doing it because they're fucking, that's all they can do.
Yeah.
That's all they can do. Is just bother people. Mark was like, if he came up and he like wanted to talk and say like, hey, like, I just need to talk right now. Like, what's going on? Like, how's your night? Fine. I would talk to him all night.
Yeah.
Maybe not all night, but the stink would get to me. But like, I'll talk to you. Anybody want to talk to me? Fine. Fucking talk to me. That's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just come up there and stare at us for fucking 5 minutes. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Props to Mark. He was just like, because I ignored him. I pretended that he doesn't exist, in which I
That's
often
what I do too.
Yeah, I just like you literally don't exist in the same realm or sphere as me.
Yeah.
Like you mean nothing to me, you know?
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah,
Though.
and fucking Mark. Yeah, kudos to Mark. He was like, "Can you fucking go away?" You know, which like I'm usually not gonna start because like all it takes is for one dude with a fucking knife or a gun to pull it on me, and then I gotta like fight for my life.
Yeah,
you know, where I'd rather just ignore his existence at all.
Yeah,
you know, but. Yeah, and he did. He fucking just went away. You know what I mean? Which I'm gonna start doing that now. What?
We gotta do something about these guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is the first time I've ever been fucking really bothered by one, and I blame it on Mark because they love to bother him. They usually see me, and they want nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
They're like, that guy's a cop for sure.
We're on the train on the LIRR.
The conductor came up to us. He's like, are you guys undercover?
I remember I was like, do we ride for free?
Yeah, is it free if we are? Yeah. I will say that day we were looking especially undercover, bro. We both had the jeans, the jackets, the sweatshirts under the jacket,
The black
hats.
sneakers.
Yeah, the black sneakers. We were looking undercover that day. We were looking for trouble, bro. Man, funny. Yeah, no, it would have been nice if he was like, yeah, for free. All right. But he was nice. He talked to us for a little while.
Yeah, maybe a little too long, but he was nice.
Maybe a little too long. Yeah, he was hanging out for sure. But you didn't have to brunt any of that, bro. He sat next to me.
Yeah.
All you had to do was sit there and nod and laugh, which is the position I usually like to be in. I usually like to put everybody else through the suffer because I can't hear anything anyway. I hate when I have to try. I have to try to hear somebody. Oh, awful. Especially when I don't want to.
Too much, man.
Awful.
Just turn that shit off.
Yeah. I hate when people tell me to do that. Just turn off your hearing aids. I hate that. I want to participate. I want to be here. I want to hear, but like maybe
Turn
don't
off your senses, motherfucker.
Yeah. Turn on. Yeah, close your eyes. How about that? Yeah, I want to fucking participate. I want to be here. I don't want to miss anything. You know. I just like don't talk so loud. Maybe don't scream. I'm talking. I'm always talking. So
Dude screaming.
Yeah, bad example. But like, yeah, I hate when I'm like, oh, I don't want to listen to that, and they're like, take your hearing aids off. No, I want to still participate in the hearing world. It's just I don't want that. You know. Yeah, that shit makes me mad.
Do you think that they'd put you in the Paralympics?
If they do, that's a problem on the same level as putting trans in like women, like male trans in like women. I don't know.
I got you.
You know what I mean? In women's
We all know
sports.
which fucked up scenario we're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's the same problem because like, you put me up against one of these Down syndrome kids, bro.
Bro, the Paralympics, not the Special Olympics. But you know what? Either way, the comment stands.
Either way. Special Olympics is only for Downs and...
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, retards, as we would classically call them.
Okay, so
Paralympics...
What?
Paralympics is...
Paralympics is...
like your body's fucked up somehow.
Oh, okay. I'll smoke them, too.
Yeah.
Honestly. Put me in any non-Olympics... Olympics. And I'll smoke them.
Olympics?
Yeah. There's Paralympic, Special Olympic. Put me in the other ones, I'll smoke them easily.
I don't know what the cutoff is between the special and the para.
Yeah, and it's like kind of like, how do we get into this? Is what, my disability is not good enough for me to be in fucking Paralympics or whatever?
Yeah. What if you're doing like a hearing sport?
Trying to
I have no idea.
Yeah, imagine like what changes there. I don't know. I don't think anything.
But yeah, back to like the Venn diagram of things. Special Olympics, Paralympics, who's in the middle?
Yeah. I will say there's what are the scales on these things? You know what I mean? Because like Paralympics, like someone could have like muscular dystrophy or what is it called?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I'm feeling retarded talking about this, honestly.
we're qualified.
Yeah, we're qualified. Fucking, yeah, like muscular dystrophy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then...
That's like it's a symptom, I think, of things.
Yeah, and then like, what if someone like else has...
like they're missing an arm.
Missing an arm. Yeah. They could run incredibly fast, but, you know, the muscular dystrophy person... This whole time I'm going to be saying that wrong. I know it. I'm going to be making it up. It. Muscular dystrophy, where your muscles are so fucked up that you're in the Paralympics. That's what we're saying. And yeah, so like do they get all muscular dystrophy people?
Yeah, I don't know. Like a soccer team of muscular dystrophy? A soccer team of cerebral palsy?
Yeah, soccer team of... That's an awful soccer match to watch. But
like wheelchair basketball, right?
What?
Like wheelchair basketball?
Wheelchair basketball is pretty dope. It's dope how they do that, honestly. Like fucking...
I feel like it's like the most fucking. The dribbling is the most annoying fucking aspect of the entire thing.
The fact that they still make them dribble. That's torture, bro.
These dudes be dribbling on themselves all day. Damn.
Oh my god.
Like mad respect though.
Mad respect. We appreciate and love everybody and everything. Yeah, it's fucked up that they still make them dribble. And one hand. Honestly, they should upgrade that to the electric one.
The joystick control
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. I feel like that would take the sport to the next level.
Put a turbo on them bitches.
They should do races with just those.
They should. But it would have to be arm strength, I feel like. Like just fucking...
No, get the electric
You want the
one.
electric shit?
Let's get these fucking cripples going 100 miles an hour, bro.
Put a license plate on that bitch. We're going on the interstate.
Let's get them to a drag strip, bro. See which one's faster. Imagine DraftKings, you can start betting on the fucking wheelchair races.
So sick,
That'd be
fucking.
pretty dope, honestly, yeah.
We got no leg Larry leading the pack.
No lane Larry. No leg Larry.
That's what I said.
Oh, that's what you said? Damn, I gotta go into one of these fucking races, clearly. I heard no lane Larry. I was like, what? I was like, no leg Larry would make more sense.
He's in all the lanes.
That was Mark on his birthday a few years back. Only some will get that.
God bless.
God bless. How long are we at? What are we at?
Like an hour? I think?
Hour 16. Not bad.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm cool to start cooling down on this. Oh, 6:20?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I might get some... you want to take that walk? We'll go for a little bit.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to get some dinner going.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what's happening.
Yeah. The only thing I've consumed today is 3 Guinness and 2 Parmesan cheese blocks.
All right.
So
Well, yeah, let's get outside before...
well, it's still nice. Yeah.
Before it gets
Okay.
stuck.
All right.
Cool.
Hey, you wanna
Pleasure.
Okay, goodbye.
No secret reveal.